A new experiment in GTA 5. Today we have 5 ramps, and each time the angle of the ramp becomes bigger and bigger. From the smallest to the most gigantic ramp! Be sure to watch until the end, like the video, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new experiments.
Hi guys! As always, your favorite little penguin Koki is here with you.
And today we have a new experiment where we'll find out how far cars can fly across the entire map using gigantic ramps. And today we have a very large collection of cars with different types of vehicles, starting with bikes, meme cars, all the way to supercars, off-road vehicles, and even cheat cars, which we'll test on different ramps. Because the angle of the ramps varies. The first ramp is 10 degrees, the second is 15, the third is already a whole 30 degrees, the fourth is 40, and the very last, the fifth, is 90 degrees. Today we'll find out which ramp works best for flying across the entire map. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any new awesome experiments. Well, I suggest we don't waste any time and get started right away with the first collection of cars and the 10-degree ramp. By the way, this is a real Harry Potter broomstick? Yeah, that's right. We're the real deal. Harry Potters! And also Michael Jackson. Here's a moonwalk like that. Hehehe. Alright, that's actually really funny. Alright, we're going full speed and just flying on this broomstick. I wonder how far we can fly. I don't think we'll make it to the finish line for sure. Yeah, it doesn't really fly that well. And by the way, as soon as I land, I don't press the gas or the brake as soon as the car stops. That's it, we record the result and move on to the next car. Wait, is that 600 meters? Seriously? I thought we didn't even make it halfway. We managed to fly, but that's actually a really good result, though we still didn't make it to the finish line. Okay, let's move on. And now we've got a real meme car, a tractor that's about 50 years old. At the very least, it's interesting. Does it even run? Well, yeah, it seems to start up, but honestly, its speed is really low. I think it can go maybe 20 or 30 kilometers per hour at most, but alright, let's see what it can do. I feel like this is going to be the worst result today. But okay, it seems like it's somehow picking up speed, flying, and making it through. Seriously? 200 meters, come on, 300 meters. No, we won't make it to 300, but okay. 240 meters, that's about a quarter of the whole map. Very unusual. I thought we wouldn't even make it 10 meters. But okay, not a bad result. Well, now this is getting more interesting because this is a real sports car, even a supercar. We have one today. It's a Ford Mustang GT. This car should be really fast, and I'm sure we have a 99% chance of making it to the finish line. The most important thing is to get the maximum acceleration. Let's go. I believe I can do it. By the way, write in the comments which ramp you think will actually make it to the finish line today. More precisely, today we have exactly 5 cars on each ramp. And here's the most important thing, which ramp will win today? It will win. So for example, if on the first ramp we have 0 cars, on the second ramp there are only 2 cars, and on the third ramp there are as many as 5 cars, then obviously the third ramp wins. I think it's going to be the blue ramp at 30 degrees. 100%, and our Mustang is flying almost 700 meters, and we're getting closer and closer to the finish line. By the way, we also have an off-road ramp, and it really looks very powerful. Moreover, it's actually a collection of off-road vehicles. The fourth car is an off-roader. Here I think we kind of cheated a little because we have a combined off-roader and Lambo. That's really cool. The car should be much faster, so we're going for maximum acceleration. But still, I think it'll be pretty hard to reach the finish line on the first ramp because it doesn't launch the cars very high. And here we are, already at 300 meters, the car lands and just keeps rolling. But to keep rolling, we need to fly just a little bit further. Look, really, it's 700 meters. Also, it seems to me that it actually flies a little less far because it's an off-roader and a bit heavier. But at 680 meters, that's still the best result so far, and now we're moving on to the last cheat car in this collection. Well, we're moving on to the final car, and this one is a very unusual vehicle, a cheat ruiner. But if you don't know, this car has a little superpower. It can jump, and it also has a parachute. That's why I think, and it also has boosters, though I don't know why we would need them today. I don't think we need them at all. So I think this will be the first car to actually land at the finish line because we're going to use the jump. Right now we're flying with the parachute, although I think maybe I shouldn't have done that. We just slowed down. Well, whatever, at least the car is still moving. I wonder if using the jump is actually allowed. If I keep jumping like this, I think, why not? It's a superpower. Basically, we can't really press the gas, you see? It just stops at 1,000 meters. But I hit the jump button and we fly straight to the finish line. I think that's pretty fair because it's this car's superpower. It's perfectly fine to use it. And honestly, if someone manages to do it perfectly and fly straight to the finish, that's great. But this is the first car from the yellow collection and it actually makes it to the finish. So far, there's only one car on the yellow ramp. Let's see what happens next because up next we have the real collection of green cars and the ramp. It's just over 15 degrees, so I suggest going for maximum acceleration. But for some reason, our green bike won't start. I think it's because someone hasn't liked the video or subscribed to the channel yet. So right now, go check if you're subscribed to the channel. If not, hit that red subscribe button and like this video. I'm sure this will 100% help us start the bike. Because look, it really won't go, it doesn't even move. Come on, like the video right now, and I'll count to 3 and our bike will start. Let's test it out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it worked! See, everything works. Thank you for your like. You see, it really works. You and I take maximum speed and go. How far can this bike fly? Okay, I think it's very heavy and this is the worst result. Seriously, 200 meters? Well, yeah, because the bike is just too heavy. It just won't fly any further than that. Well, okay, 200 meters. So far, that's the worst result today. Next up, we have real supercars. I think they'll definitely make it past 200 meters. Whoa, and not just regular supercars, but some kind of supercars from the future. It seems like it should be a meme car, but okay, I like it. The better the car, the higher the chance it will make it to the finish line, and that can't help but make me happy. Let's watch. You can even do flips right in the air. Look, 1, 2, a flip. Ideally, the most important thing is for it to land right on its wheels and keep going. It almost worked, 620 meters, and we just stop. Honestly, I was hoping for more, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Well, at least we have a real supercar. It's a Bugatti. And not just any Bugatti, it's some kind of tuned version. Look, it even has roll cages installed. And there are even some turbines over there. I think this car should be super fast. Let's check that out right now. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Maximum acceleration and... It seems kind of slow to me. Seriously, I think even the previous car was faster. Well, let's see. Will it really be able to make it to the finish? No, I don't believe it. Honestly, this Bugatti is really weak. I think this tuning actually broke it and now it's slower. Seriously? Only 700 meters? 740? Yeah, that actually sounds really bad. For a Bugatti, I thought we'd easily make it to the finish, but okay. But honestly, I don't even know what to say here. This is a massive SUV and it should be incredibly heavy. I do not think we will even make it 100 meters in this thing. Because it is a real heavy-duty zombie apocalypse car. Look, it's got miniguns, saws, spikes, even a battering ram. Yeah, the car has to be really heavy. And by the way, this car can jump. Maybe the jump will help us. Let's go. Full acceleration. Honestly, I think this car is even faster than the Bugatti. Seriously. Even despite its weight. If it actually goes farther, that would be really funny. Alright, we're driving and... Come on, at least 600 meters. 600 meters. Seriously? So this huge armored vehicle goes about as far as a car from the future? I definitely did not expect that. Today we really have some kind of super unusual car collection. But so far we have 0 on the green ramp. Cars. Although I think there is one car in the green collection that will fix all of this. This is a cheater car. Just look, it doesn't have any wheels. Do you know why? Because it can fly. And I think you don't even need to think about it. This car will easily make it to the finish line. Even though it's not really that fast, just look at what it can do. So our rule is that I can't press the gas or the brake while we're landing. Once we've landed, the car drives itself. But if we don't land, I can mess around with the gas, the brake, left, right. It doesn't matter, I can do whatever I want. That's why this rule doesn't apply in the air. But if the car is flying, then landing. We don't even have to land. That's it. Just like that, right in the air. We leave it above the finish line. And that's all. By the way, on the green ramp, we also still have only one car so far. So far, it's a tie. And I'm curious to see what result the blue ramp will have. Well, here comes the blue collection of cars. And I hope it will put on a real masterclass. Because here... I wanted to say that it's a very unusual collection of cars, but it really is a very unusual collection of vehicles. Well, okay, let's hope that at least one or two of them make it. We need 2 cars to win. Honestly, I'm rooting for this ramp, and I'll tell you right now why. First of all, because it's blue, and blue is one of my favorite colors. So, and secondly, because 30 degrees is more or less exactly what we need. At 90, it'll just launch the car straight up, and at 10, it's really too low. But 30, I think, is the most ideal option. And by the way, we're covering exactly 750 meters on the very first bike. Can you imagine? That's one of the best results, and that's just the first vehicle in this collection. See? I told you, that's exactly how it works. Although, listen, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think so. We still won't make it to the finish line. What is that? It's half of a police car. Seriously, will it even go? Let's see, half the engine, even that, will it even start? It did start. Even the sirens are working, seriously, and don't tell me it can actually drive too. How is that even possible? Half a car is no joke. It's not just that it didn't load properly, it's literally half a car. You can see the seat, check out the grille. The trunk, the engine, it's a very unusual car. I've never seen anything like it, and by the way, it's really fast. Oh, but I'm backing up right away. I don't think we'll make it to the finish, but by the way, the car is really fast. If it were a complete car, we would definitely make it to the finish line. But as it is, with half a car, we've made it halfway across the map. I think it would be absolutely perfect if it were a fully functional vehicle. We'd definitely make it all the way to the finish line. Alright, let's head over and try out the next car. This is a real ride, just like James Bond's car. And I truly believe it should be really fast. Well, at least I really hope so, because we only have 3 cars left now, and so far, not a single car has managed to make it to the finish on the blue ramp. It's really fast, guys, it's really fast. The most important thing is not to overshoot the map entirely. Although I think, no, we still don't have enough speed, but the most important thing is to land right on the wheels and make it to the finish. Come on, please. To the finish, no! If the car lands on its side, the chances are very slim. But we were close. Alright, 800 meters. Overall, that's not bad either. Well, alright, we still have 2 whole cars left to go. And as they say, hope is the last thing to die. So let's hope that with these 2 cars, you and I will make it to the finish. Is it really possible that not a single car on the blue ramp will fail to reach the finish? Now that's interesting. That's actually really interesting. An off-roader, but at the same time, it's very light. The roll cage is clean. Is it really going to land perfectly on its wheels? Come on, let's go. That's it. We'll make it to the finish. Come on, I believe in you. You can do it, little off-roader, please. There's just a little bit left. You don't even need to go left or right. Come on, it'll roll to the finish, guys. I believe in it. I really believe in it. Come on. Perfect. Well, come on. And this is... Hey! Can we count this as if we made it to the finish? It looks like we crossed the line exactly. I think we can... Seriously, write in the comments. I think we can safely count the SUV because after all, it crossed the 1,000 meter line, which means it made it to the finish. But the final decision is up to you. Write in the comments. I think we can definitely count this cool SUV, but we still have 1 car left from the blue car collection. And if it reaches the finish line, then the blue one automatically becomes the winner. Well, for now, until we've tested the purple and red ramps. But this is a pixelated cheater car. It should be extremely fast, maximum acceleration, and it will reach the finish line. 1,000,000%, even 1,000,000,000%. Cheater cars, they are built to finish perfectly. By the way, I actually thought it'd overshoot, but it landed just perfectly. Spot on, everything is perfectly calculated. It lands and drives up at 40 degrees. No, wait, and I think we mixed things up a little bit. Here, 30 degrees right here. And by the way, we already have a pair of cars positioned on that bright blue ramp. I can't help but like that. And the blue ramp is still the absolute winner so far. And now we're heading off to test the purple ramp. Oh. Just look at this collection of cars. What kind of scooter is that? Did it just show up here? It looks, of course, very unusual. This really is a genuine scooter moped, but by the way, it's actually pretty fast, especially if it can still accelerate. Right now on this purple ramp, we might even fly straight to the finish line. On the very first scooter, let's go. The scooter can't glide, it just gets blown away by the wind, but okay, fine. Maybe it'll make it to the finish. Since it's so light by itself, it can cover 400 meters. Come on, at least 500. It should at least make it to 500. I really believe in it a lot. Seriously, 500 meters on a scooter. That's very unusual, but we still don't make it to the finish line. Yeah, this is a pretty strange collection of cars. Is that actually a real Mini Cooper? Well, okay, fine, why not, as they often like to say. A classic little Mini Cooper it is then. It does look really cool, of course, but most importantly, it's tuned, yeah. Mini Cooper Sport, I would say. Look at the spoiler we've got. And by the way, it really is, I think it even goes faster than a Bugatti. Seriously? Are you kidding? How? I'm honestly speechless. Why so high? This is just insane. But unfortunately, we probably won't land on the wheels, but 700 meters, well, almost 700 meters, we flew. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. At 40 degrees, it already launches the car upward, and it's actually possible to land here. It's really, really hard to land on the wheels. Whoa, 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 now this I really like. This is a genuine Dodge Challenger, and not just any, but one with some seriously professional hardcore tuning. That means this car can be exceptionally fast. Let's check that right now. Let's not waste any time. And it's really fast. It's super fast. And it looks like we're actually going to fly over it now. See? Seriously. Yeah, we could have flown over 2 of these maps. Easy. Just look at that. We're just still flying. It's like we're even going to fly over the challenge itself. But at least this is 100% the winner. And the first car is on the purple ramp. And what even is this? It actually looks more like some kind of lunar rover, but okay, let's call it an off-roader. Well then, a rugged off-roader it is. It definitely looks super unusual though. By the way, it can also jump. Look, it bounces a little. See how the suspension works perfectly. Alright, let's go for maximum acceleration and see what this car can do. It's a shame it can't fly. You know, it doesn't have any turbo boosters, which are exactly what you need in space. And the car just gets tossed upward. It's hard for me to imagine what will happen at 90 degrees if at 40 the car is already being thrown upward. At 90, we'll just fly off into space, and I think the chances of making it to the finish line are basically 0. Because here we cover exactly 470 meters, and after that, the car just can't go any further. And the final car in the purple collection is the Lambo, but it's not just any Lambo, it's a flying Lambo. And I think it's pretty clear that it'll make it to the finish line. Let's go for maximum acceleration. Oh wow, it's even catching on something. Here we go. That's it. Perfect. No, seriously, a flying Lambo like this is really a cheat car. Just imagine you are driving a Lambo, then you swap the wheels for these propellers. And that's it, you take off. Traffic jams really aren't a problem for you anymore. And by the way, it actually flies really fast like a real fighter jet. But we're landing now. Nice and easy. Perfect. Ta-da. And we drive right up to the finish line. That's it. That's the second car. So far, it's a tie. Purple and blue ramps are more or less the same. I wonder what result the red ramp will have. Alright, the final red collection, the sensor, and the biggest ramp at 90 degrees. But that doesn't mean this ramp is going to be the coolest. On the contrary, I actually think it's just a bit too tall to fly across the entire map. Because look, we're accelerating and now it's just going to launch me straight up, right? See, I'm not flying forward. I'm flying upward. But actually, if it's a bike, we can try to glide to the finish. I don't know if we'll manage to do it or not. It's not really working out. Bikes aren't gliding today. And we fly about 500 meters. Well, okay, almost 600. Almost 600 meters. That's actually a pretty good result. But the ramp just throws everything upward. Okay, stop. And what is this anyway? Is this a box-shaped car? Seriously? Well, alright, it does look really cool, of course. How much does it do? 5 kilometers per hour. And what's this we've got here? I feel like this isn't from the red collection. The car, the whole collection. It looks like a wreck, straight from the dumpster. Well, alright, the boxcar, let's go. I'm thinking it'll probably fly, what, 10 meters at most? Or maybe, wait, not bad. I really thought it would be just 10 meters, but we're landing at almost 200, seriously. Such a small box flew 200, even more, over 220 meters. Okay, I honestly thought 10 meters would be the maximum it could go. And we only have 3 cars left, and by the way, they're pretty unusual. This is another Dodge Challenger SRT, which should be really fast, but at the same time, it's an off-roader. That is, instead of wheels, it actually has real tracks. We also have an armored vehicle and some kind of car. The motorhome looks really, really strange. Well, alright, we'll take it. Maximum acceleration. 1, 2, 3, and look at that. Seriously, we're flying up, we're higher. Even higher than Chiliad, but at the same time, the car only flies upward, not forward at all. I think that on the red ramp, Not a single car will make it to the finish line, and that's exactly what we're going to check. But this one goes exactly 500 meters in total, just like the scooter from the purple ramp. Of course it's very funny, but okay, it can't get any better. Well, let's test the SUV now, because it seems to me that testing out a vehicle that came straight from a trash bin is somehow, well, it's just so-so. Although it's a cheat car, maybe it's super fast, who really knows for sure. Although, by the way, this is an SUV, it's very cheat fast. Look, let's go ahead and see what it can do. Seriously. 0. Well, yes, I certainly didn't expect that. 0 meters, but apparently this is the worst result. It was very bad. So what remains is the very last car, which is a real home on wheels. Look, we have a comfortable bed over there, passenger seats, even a fresh omelette over there, and there is a storage cabinet tucked away right there as well. But overall, it's really not bad at all. I honestly wonder just how tough this car is. It's incredibly fast, seriously. Ooh, wait a second. The car is actually really cool. Just look at it. Well, yes, it's cool and very fast. Actually, I meant to say, it's not cool at all. It's just absolutely terrible. This car is a dump, some kind of moving trash heap. But even so, we cannot make it across the finish line, despite the incredible speed we have. You see, we'll barely make it 700 meters at best, and then that's it. We just drop straight down like a stone. And not a single car from the Vibrant Red collection makes it to the finish line today. So it turns out, first place today goes to the impressive blue and purple ramp competitors, and second place is shared by the yellow and green, the first 2 ramps. Most importantly, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on new awesome experiments. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell so you can be the very first to watch my videos. And as always, it was me, your favorite little penguin, bringing you this awesome ramp experiment in GTA 5. Wishing everyone good luck, a great mood, and see you next time in GTA.